Check out this streetwear brand called Clout. They have all the latest fashion, from jeans, hoodies, tees, even shoes. Go check out their website. That's kclot.com and use my promo code BrandanJordanComedy to receive your discount. Go check them out right now. What up, doe? Welcome to a new episode of my podcast. Don't blame me, blame Detroit. And to start the show off, everybody, just remember, you still have time to hit up the GoFundMe to help support the project, Why Brandon, the web series that I will be filming this fall. So everybody that wants to support, still got time to support because your boy needs some help. All right? So we're about to get right into it. I got two special young ladies on the podcast today. These women right here are what I consider, because like I just talked to another producer yesterday, what I consider is young talent that's molding their own path in this entertainment game. Not always going the traditional ways and just creating their own lanes to be able to get things done. And so I want to welcome to the podcast Sade and Deshawn. How y'all doing today?
Good. Doing good. Thank you for having us.
Yes. Yeah, what part of the city you on? You at right now?
Where do I live?
I'm saying what part of the city you at right now?
You in the car?
You in the car?
Oh, I'm in Lakewood, California.
Are you in Lakewood?
I'm in Lakewood.
Yeah, I be down there in Lakewood. I be down that way all the time. One of my favorite movie theaters is down that way in Downey.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm out here. So I'm like a little ways away, like an hour away from home.
I just got done driving an hour because I work in San Bernardino.
Oh, you working a whole? That's a long.
Drive every day.
Yeah, I drive every day in the morning and on the way home. I drive every day.
I'm gonna pray for you. Ooh, God bless you.
It's really not like the drive is really not that bad because for the most part, when I drive there in the morning, is no traffic, and then for the most part on the way home is usually no traffic. But like today,
going the opposite way.
Yeah, but today it was a car accident, so it slowed down traffic a little bit. So it slowed me down for about like 15 minutes.
That's not bad.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad. But that's a lot though.
Yeah.
But but so this is really kind of like our first time talking. So how I usually do my podcast is basically a conversation style. You know, we just sit here and talk and everything. But this is like my first time really getting to talk to you ladies. So I want to get some information about y'all. You know, so Sade, where you from?
I'm from DC area originally. I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland, so it's right outside DC.
Okay.
Yeah, so from the East Coast, and but my family's Nigerian, so I'm actually first generation American. So because my parents immigrated here a long time ago, and so but I grew up there, and then moved out here way like after college. So I'm pretty much born and raised on the East Coast.
So was they disappointed in you?
They were. They actually were. It's that classic.
African families, they be, especially when they immigrate, they want you to be a lawyer, doctor.
Yep. It's a classic immigrant story. It's like you're supposed to be. I think what's the comedian Gina Yashere? She said in stand up, there's only 4 careers for a Nigerian. It's like I think it was doctor, lawyer, engineer, or disappointment to the family. So when I heard that, I fell out because I knew that feeling quite well. They were not happy with me for years. My sisters were always supportive, but my parents were, not supportive. And now they feel differently, of course, but they're just coming from that, moving to a new country and wanting better for their children and not really seeing a lot of people. Like I didn't see all these like Nigerian actors, musicians, everything. There wasn't like a whole lot of them at the time to be able to point to, oh, I'm gonna be like this person or that person. It was only like some basketball players. I try to throw them out there, and it's like, well, you're short. That don't help. So they were very disappointed. And it was a hard road, getting started, because it's not the path that I was supposed to take in their eyes. But I knew within myself that, I don't know, that was where I was supposed to do this business, what I was supposed to do. So
like, that's one of the differences between like Black American families and African families, because I feel like Black American families, they really don't care what you do, as long as you just don't be in their pockets. That's it. As long as you're not in my pockets, do what you want to do. That's it.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a lot of immigrant families, like not even just Africans. Like when I meet some other people, like some people who are like, I've met some people I've talked to someone Indian. I've talked to some this one girl who was Chinese. She was talking about the pressure from her family. I think it's just a lot of immigrants, but definitely there's like, you hear about it with African families, especially I know with Nigerians, where you're supposed to pick these, select careers. Even now, like, you're supposed to do that. Otherwise, they're kind of looking at you like you're just going to be broke, So, and I understand, but yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
So, Deshawn, what city you from?
I'm from Michigan. I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Oh, okay. I done been to Kalamazoo. I done drove to Kalamazoo.
Yeah, it's a college town, so a lot of people, they've been there. They don't know that they have, but they've been there. Western Michigan University is there, so yeah.
Yeah, I done been up there. I didn't got into some trouble up there before.
Yeah, pretty sure most people have. Yeah, that and wherever Eastern Michigan University, like, in that area, Western, it's like, a lot of people pass through. So yeah.
So like, so what school did you go to?
I went to a community college before I moved out to LA. So yeah. I took classes at Western as a dual enrollment student, but I got a degree from Kalamazoo Valley. So
okay, I went to Henry Ford Community College in Dearborn, Michigan, for 2.5 weeks when I graduated high school, and I only went because my mama wanted me to go to school. So I literally got there, signed up, and everything, and finally got my my money, to go, what's it, the financial aid money. And after I got the money and paid for my books, I still had some money left. And so I used to go to the school store. So I would go to the school store every day and just buy candy with it.
So you took your refund money and you went and bought junk food?
I literally bought candy every day. I went to the school store and bought candy. And then when I did decide to go to class in that 2.5 weeks, all I did was fall asleep.
Well, at least you found out early on that it was not for you.
It was definitely not for me at all. Definitely
it's
was.
Okay. It's not for everybody. So yeah.
So what?
She said 2.5 weeks.
So one of the projects that I love is one of my favorite projects that I do consistently watch on TV. It's one of them shows where when I get home, I gotta have my meal or my snacks and sit in front of the TV and watch. And that's the show For Love for Jason. Where did this project come from?
Well, the project started, a good friend of mine, his name is Trell Woodbury. He wrote a pilot for a show. It was originally called A Man's Perspective. And he brought the pilot to me, and he was just like, something that he wants to do, that he's been working on for quite a while. And so he knew that I had started producing at the time. And so he brought it to me, was like, hey, like, what do you think? You want to get down on this? And said, yeah. And so Sade and I, at that time, we had just kind of started our partnership, with our production company. And so everything that we do, we do together. So I brought it to her, and we created a writer's room. And then we drafted one other writer. It was another, it was 2 guys, 2 girls. And we just started writing. And again, we were writing the show A Man's Perspective, and it was about, navigating, a single man's life, like in LA, like in their mid-30s,
when everyone around him is settling down or figuring out their life, and he's still single. And so and then we went and we pitched it to All Black. At the time it was UMC, the Urban Movie Channel. We pitched it to UMC, and they bought it, and then it was rebranded and developed as For the Love of Jason. And so we just aired our second season. The last episode was in July. So that's kind of how it all kind of came into play.
Yeah, and what's so funny is that by that being the title that it initially was, that's how I felt the show was. And that's what made me love the show, because most relationship-based shows really don't go from the man perspective at all too much. So I felt like that was a unique space, because watching his character develop through the 2 seasons, it shows, for me, season 2, it showed growth on his side from season 1. And I love that the fact that they showed the vulnerability that he also had in himself, especially coming from season 1, where it seemed like he was a lot more, how can I put it, a lot more not wanting to talk about his feelings. I felt like he opened up a lot more in season 2, even when he wasn't trying to. Am I wrong about that?
No, I definitely feel like there was some growth in all of our characters, and we just saw a different side of them in season 2. Season 1, it was kind of the introductory period to kind of introduce you to the characters, see where they were at. And, season 2, everyone was going through so much. So, it was kind of like things was hitting the fan.
Right.
Okay.
We wanted to make sure that, even though it like you said, there's not a lot of shows where you see the relationship based things through a man's perspective. And, in our writer's room, we have, 2 men and 2 women, so that we have, some balance, because there is like also one of the female friends and the other women characters that play a role, and, and everything. So we really wanted to make sure that, there's some balance there, and that you can kind of just really just see that growth that we've all experienced over time.
Now, I will tell you this. I can't remember what episode it was, but it was the episode when they had the dinner party at the house. And I want to see if y'all know where I'm about to get at. I don't know if this was on purpose, but I'm one of the people where when I watch TV, I don't have to watch the perfect settings to enjoy a show. I'm the type where, like, the shows where they have, like, for example, I don't know if you've seen the show called Lupin on Netflix, how they, have the American actors, saying dub the words for the English actors, and the words don't be matching their mouth. I can still watch it and enjoy it, and that doesn't bother me. So it's rare that little editing issues capture my attention. But it was something in that episode that bothered the hell out of me.
What bothered you?
And so, if you remember, when he went to the door and he let in, what's his character name? The one that's a therapist.
Brian?
Yeah,
Brian.
He let Brian in. Brian, his wife, came in. They came in. And about a couple seconds later, all of a sudden, Lacey and her boyfriend just popped out of nowhere.
There was wasn't there a bell or doorbell or something?
It was nothing.
Bell. No, sorry. Because the thing is, it's like, the party, we had it more like, I'm trying to remember where we were with that episode, but Deshawn directed that episode. So talk about it more. But the idea is like, you have a party, the door is open, your friends.
No, but there was a doorbell.
There was a doorbell though.
I was like, I sat there and I said.
But the door's not like,
But there was a doorbell.
I
know for a fact.
There was a doorbell, yeah.
There was a doorbell because I directed the episode, so there was a doorbell.
Wasn't there a doorbell?
There was a doorbell.
It was just weird. It was just like all of a sudden they just popped out of nowhere. I was like, oh,
no,
okay.
they didn't. It was a doorbell.
Okay. Oh man.
But she let herself in. But there was a doorbell.
That's the thing. It's like Lacey's gonna ring the doorbell. She's not gonna just wait. Like, especially if they're entertaining and they're before they can get a chance to get over there. Lacey's just gonna come in.
There was 4 doorbells in that entire episode.
Okay.
The different entries.
It was one with Brian and Alicia, Lacey and Marcel. There was one when Carmen and Gabriella came, and when Jason and Bella came. So there was 4 doorbells. Now, what happened was you were so engrossed and in tune with what was going on. You were so into it that you missed
I guess
the doorbell because they did. So I implore you to go back and watch. Have to. And I'll tell you exactly where it is. Alicia and Lisa are talking, and she's saying, "Oh my gosh, girl, you look good with him." The doorbell happens there. Then Lacey and Marcel walk in, and Eric meet them at the door. So
okay,
go back.
All right, I like that. We're gonna prove me wrong.
Yeah, no, we're not that ghetto. We're not that
ghetto. So how long have both of y'all been in LA?
Yeah, long.
Yeah, you can go, Sade.
I will say no. Okay, I've been here I moved here in 2002, so this is actually my 20-year anniversary in this month. No, wait, yeah, I moved in August. I think I did. I have to remember. It's been a long time. So I've been here for a long time. So people try to say I'm an LA native. I'm still an East Coast girl, but I've been here for a long time. I like the weather, you know. It's besides the work. I don't like cold. I don't like snow. I don't care where I grew up. Never. I like being able to ride my bike to the beach. So that's why another reason I'm still here. But yeah, I've been out here a while.
Okay.
And I've been back since 2013, so for 9 years. But I originally moved out here in 2004. Okay. And I lived here from 2004 to 2006. And then I went back home briefly. I had a family emergency and I relocated back to Michigan, but I was only there for like 8 months. And then I came back in 2007 and I was here from 2007 to 2010. And then I moved back from 2010 to Michigan from 2010 to 2013. And then I came back in 2013 and I've been here. So this is my 3rd time moving back out to LA, and this time I stayed. Stuck it out. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I've been here since 2018. Yeah, I moved here in 2018.
Oh, you're a newbie. Okay, I see.
I'm telling you, listen here.
I'm just talking.
Listen here. I almost didn't make it. That first year, I was almost be like, man, skip this. Deuces, LA, y'all can have this shit out here. if my car get towed one more time, we gonna have a problem.
It's a culture shock moving from Michigan. I mean, probably move from any state, like, anywhere. But like, especially if you do move from somewhere that's a little bit smaller and you're moving to a large city, and the different types of rules, cost of living. It was definitely a culture shock for me. So hence, this is my 3rd time. The 3rd time was a charm. It took me 2 tries, but yeah, figuring out things financially, navigating, finding your people, like it's a lot. So it took me 3 times.
Yeah,
see, like, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm saying it was hard. It's just I could not go home. So because there were so many, there's so many doubters and people who didn't think that they were expecting me to come back. So I refused to go, but it was really hard. And there's so many times that I thought about where else I could live. I was like, maybe I could move with my sister in New Jersey. I was just like, it's difficult, so it can be really challenging. And like, there was a period of time where I didn't understand this whole street sweeping thing because they didn't do that at home. So I got tickets for like a year straight, where like now you will see me, I will park somewhere and like study the signs. So I've not gotten a ticket in a while, but I used to get tickets all the time because I couldn't, this whole like, oh, this day I can't, 12 to 2, I can't park here. I forget all the time and I've got tickets forever. So
see, before I moved here, I done lived in multiple cities before I even moved here. And then before I actually physically moved to LA, I was living in Dallas. And so, but I have visited LA multiple times. And what I tell people is visiting and living here is 2 different things.
Different. Yeah.
It's 2 different things.
Too. I came to visit like 2 or 3 times before I moved.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same.
Yeah, and so that first 6 months, of being here, I was just like, yeah, I'm over this already. But I feel like after that first year, and after you get through that initial like hurdle of learning the culture of LA, it start kind of work out a little bit more as in the everyday living. And then is like, okay, now I got to get through this hurdle of working in the business of all the things that come with that also. So what I want to ask is, what made y'all want to start your own company versus, I guess the traditional route of trying to work for one of the the big production companies?
Well, something we did do. We started off more so on the unscripted side. We both worked, different jobs since we moved out here. We actually met working at this one production company that did the docuseries Unsung. So we, worked at different companies. But then when it comes to wanting to create projects that are yours, or things that you've originated, things that are your ideas, it started really because it was hard to find someone to give you the opportunity. So rather than wait around for someone to open a door or give you a chance, or say, hey, I want to direct, or I want to write, or whatever. And, people like, oh, you haven't done this, or you haven't done it this many times, or whatever. It's like, okay, we just do my own thing. And, and then we ended up teaming together, and that, kind of helped things kind of grow even more from there. Just kind of not waiting around for other people to give you the opportunities, and being able to have more control over the type of stories that we want to tell.
Couldn't have said it better.
But so what was like some of the hurdles that y'all had to start this? Or was there any type of struggles that you have been through to get your company to where you at and where you want it to go?
I mean, yeah, there's struggles. I mean, we struggle every day. Like, it's not where we want it to be. We're striving towards that because we are, in a sense, our company is new. I mean, it's been established for a little bit. Like, Sade started Flower Ave Films. And then when we started our partnership, I joined in to Flower Ave Films. So it's been around for a bit, but we are, For the Love of Jason. So we've done smaller projects. Like we have a few short form content. We have one that's a short film. Who Do You Know? That's under the umbrella of Flower Ave Films, as well as Yummy Dilemma. And that was the first project Sade and I had worked on together, which is a short film that Sade wrote and directed. And I stepped in and produced on that. And then we have our film that was kind of like a breakout film in a sense, with like little larger names. First Day Back, which we, co-wrote and produced together. That had Loretta Devine, Aisha Hines. And then For the Love of Jason is our first television project. Okay. And then we have some more to come. So we're really grateful for that. But, we're new, but we also, co-produce, different projects with, people. We have some scripts that we've written kind of like under our umbrella that have aired on, television, like for BET Her, with that's under our company, as well. But we're still new. So we're overcoming these hurdles, working, like I said, with co-productions, shopping scripts that we have, and, with that. So, we're still in, we're still like everybody else. Like, the hurdle is just, getting those opportunities. And I feel like a lot of times people, like Sade said, oh, you haven't done this or you haven't done that. Like a lot of times, we got her, well, you haven't done TV, right? Because, you've done these film projects, you haven't done, TV. So now we've done TV. And then it's like, all right, we want you guys to, we need you to have feature stuff, it's like, so we have to each door we have to just continue to just knock down, and we just, go at our own pace and run our own race.
Okay. Yeah. So do you feel like now that you have your own company and you're doing the projects that you want to do you feel like you have to guard yourself from people now and be selective of the people that you deal with, because they feel like they want to be around you for what you might be able to do for them? Do you have any of that concern?
Well,
I got stories out there.
I will say, yes. And with things we have coming up, even the more, we probably will be unavailable for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just gonna have that mindset of that. But yeah, we've experienced it on a small scale. But I can't say too much, but yeah, we've experienced it on a small scale, but we are preparing ourselves to, just make sure that like we're still staying grounded, but also just understanding what we can and can't do for, people. We can't overextend ourselves with that, because we're the type of people, we love to help. We love to help. We love to support people. We love to, because, we want that support. So the support that we show to other people is the support that we wish we had, right? But we are learning, and I know Sade can speak to it, that we can't help everybody, right? We got to help ourselves first, and then, we'll be able to help everybody. But when we do help people, it will be with the understanding of, we help people that help themselves. It's not like we're going to come in and swoop in and save the day. Those days are over. But yeah, we've experienced it on a small scale, and we're just preparing ourselves. Yeah, I guess that's how I'll phrase it.
Yeah, I agree. And I, I think for us too, like, I know I've always, and Deshawn's the same, wanted to help a lot of people, because it was so hard when I first moved out here. So I would be just, answer emails and answer DMs and this, that, and the other. And it gets to a point where you are overextending yourself, or, sometimes people ask for more than what I think they honestly should ask for, considering they don't know you or anything like that. And I just mean, and maybe they haven't taken, like, before we come and ask anybody for something, we have done a certain amount of work, a certain amount of research, so that we're not coming to you with the expectation of like, hey, do this for me. It's, we've done all of this and we just need help to, getting to the next place. But we have a tendency to want to help people all the time and end up sometimes overextending ourselves, like Deshawn said, to the point where we're not getting some of our own projects done, some of the things that we said we were going to get done that we had planned, push them aside so we can do this and help this person. And because we take pride in helping people, but and working on a bunch of different projects. But sometimes we've learned that we've done that a lot. And as for like, I guess people, as we continue to move forward, like my feeling has always been like, you should always treat people just like just human beings. And like, so for me, anyone that I approach or approaches me moving forward, it's kind of based on, were you cool with me? Did you think I was worth talking to before? Like I have because I'm sure we've all had those stories where you've been at like some industry thing and some network thing, or been out somewhere and people try to figure out or directly ask, what do you do? And they're trying to size up where you are and your value and your worth and everything. And it's just like, it shouldn't matter what I do. I love when people just want to just have just a regular old conversation. Doesn't matter if I produce this or if I'm just down here and I'm a production assistant or whatever. You just cool and you just having a great old conversation with me. Those are the people that I always will remember. And I remember, I'm not a person who holds a grudge or anything, but I remember people who kind of slunned me at a certain point, or who kind of were like, oh yeah, like 1 minute I wasn't worth talking to, and then okay, they found out maybe I did this or whatever, or some time passed and I did something else, then I was worth talking to. And that's always fundamentally bothers me as a person, because I feel like everyone has value. You're not going to get along or like everyone, but that shouldn't be determined based on what they can or can't do for you. It should just be who they are as a person, and if you gel or if you don't gel. So that's the kind of stuff that will always stick with me moving forward, no matter what we do.
No, I definitely got some comedy clubs in the back of my head that either I won't perform at in the future, or I will overcharge you. You know what I'm saying? You will be overcharged.
You should
overcharge. Look, go perform.
Yeah,
Don't perform, but just charge them a
you
little
will
extra.
get overcharged, especially improv in Arlington, Texas. You will I will overcharge you.
Well, call them out then. Call them out.
You still owe me some money to today, so you definitely are on the list. But I actually got one of my friends that's a producer. He so on his social media, he purposely doesn't put what he does, you know what I'm saying, on his social media, because he doesn't need that promotion, because he gets his work regardless. Mm-hmm. So what happened was that a girl inbox DM'd him, right? And she was just showing, so she came off as she was just showing interest and wanted to go out with him. So they ended up talking for a while, and he said they ended up setting a date. So they get to the restaurant, and while they at the restaurant, a guy approaches the table with a script in his hand and was like, "Hey man, and I know who you are, this and this, man. I want to see if you can be able to get this opportunity. And man, here go my script, this and this." Come to find out, this was the girl's boyfriend.
Whoa. That was an elaborate.
Ooh, okay.
That was an elaborate way to get the script to this producer.
Right, to get his attention, to be able to get the script in hand. Now, did it work out? Hell no, it didn't work out. Yeah. But like, I know that's probably extreme, but have y'all had any stories about people just trying to get your attention with their projects?
Probably, I'm trying it. I don't know, like nothing like that.
No, I know probably nothing like that.
But no,
no. I just think no, it's not like any elaborate schemes, but we definitely get like, I think it's like a quarterly like newsletter email from an actor who was a background actor, and he just tells us about everything that's going on in his life and what he's doing in hopes of doing that. Just like like actors reach out quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, not necessarily anyone that's like, hey, like I have to do that, but just always getting random DMs on, you know, IG, or just, you know, I don't know how some people find the email, but just finding out the email, and you'll just get a random one, you know, with that. Or, you know, we've gotten comments underneath posts that says, how come I wasn't casted? And, you know, we have a lot of casting things with actors, but not necessarily people trying to say, hey, do this script. But I feel like it's coming. So like I said, we're just preparing ourselves for a lot of things. And, you know, we're finishing up a few things that we're working on. And then after that, we are closing shop to collaborating with others. And it will just kind of be our stuff for quite a while.
Okay.
It's always like we'll be comparing and be like, hey, did you get a message from such and such? You know, because sometimes that we both work with or we both know. There'll be random stuff, and then there'll be people that you know you follow each other and you've been following each other for a long time. I'm posting my life. I went on a trip. I ate this at this Italian restaurant and posted my meal and all this, but none of that was interesting. Then it's like the minute it's like, oh, let me promote this. Hey, this show that just came out that I worked on, and then it's not even every once in a while. This doesn't happen a lot, but every once in a while it's like, oh, you know, congrats. You know, so I'm trying to get a show on this platform. So can you blah, 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 you know, and I was like, you've never said anything to me before. You know, like I know my life ain't that exciting, but I'm like doing something on here, you know, like a post or laugh at something. I get messages from people all the time. It's like, oh, I love the inspirational stuff you post and it's so positive and this, that, and other. I'm like, I ain't never got nothing from you. And it's like, as soon as it's like, I see what you did. I can understand too, if it's do you have any advice or pointers, but it's more like straight to I need you to do that for me. You know, I'm like, whoa, I don't even know you like that. So yeah, it's interesting.
How much of a headache would having to do all this COVID testing and stuff just to shoot?
I mean,
the first time did it was a lot, and it was overwhelming, and it was just like, oh my gosh. But now we got to do, and
And it
If,
was
if we could do it every day, we would. You know what I'm saying? Because people be out there, you know, when we done, people be out there going out. No, you need to go home, be in the bubble. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because we're not trying to get nothing shut down.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You don't want to get shut down, especially if you're not working with a lot of money. You can't afford to get shut down. And it's a little bit more normal, I guess, now. So people are more used to it. But when we first started, like that first season of For the Love of Jason, it was a lot more. It was a whole bigger production. It was a hassle, and it was also scary because you just didn't know if.
Yeah, it was very new. It was in the height of the pandemic, right in the smack, August 2020. You know, we were like one of the first productions back in LA to shoot. And so it was quite a bit. And it was so many restrictions, like you couldn't have a certain number of background people and all this stuff. So the first season was very stressful. You know, it was very new. But the second season, it was like, yeah, like I said, if we could have tested every day, I would have been for it. You know, just because you want to be safe and you don't want anything to, you know, like when you're not working with large productions, you know, if you shut down, that's crazy money. And sometimes it's time that you can't really get back or you can't afford to do. So everyone has to be safe. So the safer we are, you know, the better we are. So to me, so it might be annoying with the mask sometimes because you be like, oh, I'm hot, Lord Jesus. But you know, you get used to it and you just tough it out. And I'd rather be better safe than sorry. You know.
Y'all ready for that monkeypox testing?
Oh Lord.
Hey, look, better safe than sorry, because you know that stuff on your face.
Yeah, see now I can't do that. Like I work.
You know what I'm saying? It's different when they touch your face. You be like, oh no, like the COVID. You've been like, oh geez, you know. But when it's on your face, you really feel like you about to die. You know.
Those pictures I've seen, I don't want no parts of that. So whatever we got to do, if I got to wear like 3
what
masks,
we got to do.
No, it was so funny. I had seen a picture first. I seen a picture of some girl and with the bumps and stuff all over her face, and I was like, God damn, some badass acne. I don't know what the fuck wrong with her. And then like look, because at the time I didn't hear nothing about this monkeypox stuff. I didn't know. And then like 2 days later, someone was like, yeah, man, you hear about seeing the videos of this monkeypox and everything? I'm like, nah, what are you talking about? And then they showed me the same picture I seen. Oh, I said, oh, that's what that is. I said, I had no idea. I said,
it looks painful.
And then yesterday, I seen the news. They were talking about a state of emergency. I said, "Oh, we about to shut back down? So free more money about to come?" I was ready to call my job and say, "Hey, I ain't driving an hour to work no more. We in the crib."
Look, that little money that they gave us, no, they could have gave us some more, like Canada was giving their people, but that's okay.
No, they could have gave us some more.
They
could have gave us some more, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, California now is in a state of emergency. You know, New York is. We're the second. I guess we have the second largest cases. I think LA has, you know, like 340 something cases. You know, in LA specifically, out of like the 800 or something that California has. So, it's moving.
See,
rapidly.
My thing is, I feel like the people that got the cases, as long as they not like, how can I put it, like ill to where they can't get out of bed or something and talk, they need to have interviews. They need to have some interviews. And I want to interview them to know, what was you doing that you caught this shit so I won't do it? That's what I want to know. I want to know where you was at so I won't go there either. So I can stay away from over there.
I just feel that, you know, yeah, maybe. I mean, but they say that like it burns, it stings, it's uncomfortable. Maybe, you know, they can't, you know, some people don't want to be showing their face.
Well, maybe after they recover.
Maybe afterwards they can tell like what they was doing, but it might be too late then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be too late.
You know,
at least tell us how they got it. Like
something, like take a poll or something. Let me know anything. I just want to stay away from all that stuff.
I want no parts of the monkeypox.
No. Hey, let me ask, when y'all was kids, do you remember anything that you like really wanted to do, but your parents wouldn't let you do it?
Probably. I'm trying to think.
Because I remember mine. And it was so funny is I just talked to my mom the other day about it too, because I was in the car listening to a song and I said, damn, I always wanted to do that. When I was a kid, I was a big fan of Cisco, and I always wanted to color my hair like he is. My mama would not let me do it.
Oh, okay. You wanted to be out there singing thong, 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 thong,
So
thong.
I was in the car the other day and Incomplete came on, and I was singing my heart out in the car. But I was like, damn, I always wanted to color my hair that blonde color, a little silver color. But my mama would not let me do it. Man,
go for it.
Listen here, I'm hanging on to the little threads I got left. I am,
but you know they got male rejuvenation.
They do.
Yeah, they got them little specials now. You can get you a lace front. Okay.
Listen, one of my friends, I don't know, you might know him, but his name is John. Light-skinned guy, bald head. He got his own web series called Bald. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Mm-mm.
You
ain't heard of it yet.
We talking about bald as in he got the George Jefferson type of hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? He's bald as fuck. But he got the little wig thing or whatever, and the shit looked good. I'm
trying to tell you, you better go on out there and go and get you a lace front, okay? And they can like taper it on the side. You can do curly. He
got the
dreads.
Waves and everything in that boy.
Yeah, we saw one with dreads the other day.
We saw one with dreads. Yeah. Look, this is what I'm saying. For all this long time, men been talking about women and they weaves and all this and this and that. Look, they was missing out. Y'all was missing out. All we saying is, look, we just like to express ourselves with different kind of hairstyles. So some men's caught on. And I'm trying to tell you, you ain't got baldness do not got to overtake you if you don't want it. Or you going in here. And you ain't got to get the plugs if you don't want it. It could be temporary.
Right. You just want something different. You just want to try a new look for a week.
Switch it on up. I'm telling you.
I think, but look, I didn't kind of got secure with the fact that in a couple of years it's gonna be time to go ahead and zip that boy off. I understand that. I didn't got comfortable with that. But what made me more comfortable was the fact that out of my friends group, I'm one of the last to be able to last longer than the rest of them.
So you feel better about yourself.
I feel better about myself.
Okay, that's all right. But what we're saying is, if you decide to want to change, ain't no judgment here. Go get your lace front.
You can do all kinds of styles. You can even get locks. You know, the dude
can get locks,
ponytail and everything. You
can do what you want to do.
I mean, that was a little bit of false advertising there, but you know, I guess, hey, all he has to do is when he takes it down and say, hey, I cut my locks.
But seriously, hey, real talk, could you talk to a dude that can't
anything, or just the with the locks, or just any male
just any of the wigs, the toupee, whatever, you know what I'm saying, the paper mache shit.
I would have a hard time. Like I actually don't mind. I don't know what natural ways there are for men to regrow their hair. I made a joke with a guy I was seeing one time. It was like, yo, if you ever get married, I'm gonna need you to figure that out so you can keep your hair, whatever it is. But then that was before they started doing all of this. Like if I don't know personally, maybe there might be some part of it I could deal with, but like all the glue and the full on hair pieces and all that, it's not for me personally. I'd rather you just be in, you know, just let it be what it's gonna be. Let your hair be what it is. Because especially like the locks, like what if I, you know, running my fingers through your head and it's just like it's, you know, stuck in there and the glue. I don't know. I would just be weird because I get used to you looking one way and then that's not really how you look. It would be weird to me. So I don't know if I could do it. I know. I'm encouraging you to do it.
Look at the judgment though that's coming out your mouth. See, dudes don't be sitting here talking about, oh shit, you got this short little style today, and then next thing I know, you got these long ass braids down to your ass. You know, we don't put no judgment.
No, I think it's just, I don't have no judgment. I'm just saying personally, look, I'm also somebody who has locks. So, you know, I'm more partial to rocking whatever you got natural, you know what I mean? And I also think it's a little bit, I'm not judging.
You might want to come in one day with the little Wakanda hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? You might want to go all the way off with it.
It's still coming out of my head though. But
I don't know. Like, I'm just grateful that my husband got a full head of hair. Like he got just hair for days. So I don't really.
There's no hate.
I don't got them problems. But I think it's okay when guys do the little spray, like when they fill in the line. You know, when you go to the barber and stuff like that. I think that's completely acceptable. It's completely normal. I'm okay with that, right? Because women do it too when they have to do like their eyebrow or whatever. Yeah. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I would say the full on like wig part, no. But if he had to patch up a spot,
I would be all right with
the
that.
other way. I'm gonna look the other way. If he had to patch up a spot, I'm gonna look the other way. Okay. I don't really wear weaves, but I do wear braids. You know what I'm saying? But I don't wear a whole lot of weaves. But if I want to wear a weave, I will. So if he want to patch up a spot, let him. You know, but we ain't got to worry about it for a little while. So may ask me in about 10 years. You know, then I might change a little bit. But if he want to patch up a spot, I'm not gonna look. I'm not.
I'm trying to say what I was trying to get at. A little enhancement is cool. If you're doing a lot, like I'm talking like you basically have no hair whatsoever and you're trying to like recreate the whole thing, that might be a little much for me.
Yeah,
but a little bit
you know what? I'm gonna look the other way.
Now you know the little spray stuff that you were talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, some dudes, especially bald dudes, they get the whole spray haircut. Have you ever seen that?
No. Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you just line
I know
it
the
up.
little line. I know that. Yeah.
No, now if you gonna spray your hair don't do no hairstyle that when you come home, I'm gonna crack on you because I'm not gonna let up. And I'm gonna talk about you, and then I'm gonna talk about you to people, and then I'm gonna take pictures and I'm gonna send it in group chats and all types of things. So I'd rather like if you do it into the house at your own will. So you know what I'm saying? But look, if you want to patch up your beard a little bit, like, look, I'm gonna look the other way. But no, I can't do that one.
Not too much. I mean, I could get it too, because as women, we get like for us, like any kind of like hair losses can be like pretty devastating, and I can being the same for men. So I get it. It's just I guess it's the level of that you go to is what would depend on how I would feel about it. So
yeah, and then we'll just have the conversation. Why do you feel the need?
And if you're real about it, you're honest about it too, then that might be a little bit different versus like trying to act like this is your hair and then one day
okay.
Yeah.
That's and I want I got to give y'all a shout out too on something. I want to shout out to y'all. Y'all did a wonderful thing for me this season of the season 2 of For Love for Jason. Y'all introduced me to my future wife. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Hey, who's your future wife?
Shout out to Dolly. Tell her I said, hey, Dolly. You know what I'm saying? What's up with you?
Oh, okay. You know Dolly?
No, but when I do meet her, you know what I'm saying? We gonna
shout
out to Dolly.
You're saying you got introduced to the show.
Yeah, I got introduced to the show. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So basically, what he's saying is he's shooting a shot, and he's saying put in a good word. I read between the lines. I felt it.
You know
it was sizzling in my spirit.
You know what I'm saying? I was watching the show. Like I know y'all acting Jason, but you ain't gotta get a little too handsy. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta get too handsy on it. But nah, just joking, man. But what else y'all got coming up that you can talk about?
Let's see. What do we have? Well, we have some stuff coming up we can't discuss yet. I
don't know what can we? It ain't nothing.
It ain't nothing. Let me ask you this.
Wait, no. What was you about to say, Sade?
Go ahead. I was gonna say the project that I'm trying to say it without saying it, where you were so gracious as to let us, utilize your
yes,
part of it. Aren't we talk about that?
Yes, I think that's free. It's Keys to the City. It's Keisha Edwards, Keisha E. She has a project that's coming out that's in post right now, editing, and Brandon did a great job. Has a spot in that. So yeah, that's pretty much like the project that, will be coming out sometime this fall that, we can talk about, that, we just helped her piece together. It's a proof of concept of a show that she put together that's based upon, some of the things that we were talking about here, someone that's kind of thrust into this LA life and just her comedic spin on it and how she got into comedy. But yeah, so that project, but everything else that relates to like Flower Ave Film or that's directly related to us, we genuinely can't. Like I don't know. I guess like
that's fine. Well,
right?
let me ask you this.
I guess we can.
Well, also, what?
Well, I was about to say.
Well, we're waiting to hear about season 3.
Yes, we're waiting to hear back about season 3 for Love Jason. And outside of and then we have like the rights to this film that we've been a book that's called Better Than I Know Myself that we've been trying to get made. It's by these really great authors two best friends who work together. So that's just something we haven't gotten it made yet, but we're working on that. We're in development on that, and then outside of that, individually, like the show that Deshawn worked on, series, I guess, documentary series. We need to talk about Cosby. It's nominated for an Emmy, so we'll be looking out to see if that wins 4 Emmys, right? Was it?
Yes.
4 different Emmys. So and the Emmys are what, in September? So
in September, yeah.
So coming up might be
if your husband can't make it, I can be your date, okay?
No, I'm not. It's only like when a show gets nominated for Emmy, they only have a certain amount of slots, and usually the showrunners take that, and like the owner of the production companies take it. But.
And listen, we from Michigan. We'll bust that red carpet.
So usually we have like watch parties, for stuff like that. So like we'll have, like have an Emmy watch party or something like that. But usually the tickets go to like the top, with it. So but stay tuned.
Never know.
Stay tuned.
I'm always down.
Yeah, so
I'm always down to bust up a red carpet. I ain't got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So, but I'm glad y'all was able to come on. Also, give your social media if you want to.
Yeah, mine is SadeOyinade, SadeOyinade. So just my first and last name. That's on Twitter and Instagram. And then our production company is Flower Ave Films. It's just at Flower Ave Films. Yeah, that's fine.
And mine's is my first and last name, so Deshawnplair, so DESHAWNPLAIR, on Instagram as well as Twitter. Although I don't be tweeting a whole lot, but I'm there. But yeah, you can find me on both platforms.
All right, and this doesn't mean that y'all harass them with y'all projects every day. They ain't there for that.
No, but we do have some fun. We do have some fun and exciting things that are on the horizon, and we're super, super excited. And we love new talent and helping break new talent. So that's something that we will always like look for and look out for. And so, I would just say, yeah, just be on the lookout. So, I feel like when you see us less, we're doing more. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say.
I hear that.
We're doing more. And, we're going to just pop out with it. And that's it.
All right. And I appreciate y'all coming on again. And that's another episode. I'll let y'all next week.
Thank you.